All right. Welcome into the half. Eric and I were just sitting here talking to ourselves.
Yeah,
That
it
was
turns
good
out.
fun. Uh,
You know what helps with going live is pressing the button that lets you go live and not
yeah.
just
I
talking to
mean, if
yourself
they
into
would just
space.
label that correctly, it just says go live. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
if there was like a huge red button somewhere to let us know what's going on, that'd be real. Oh, that's right. There's exactly
Uh,
that.
they
Yeah,
do actually have that. All right.
they do
Well,
actually have that.
welcome into the half. My name's Aaron Montgomery. This is Eric Campbell. Eric, how are you doing today, sir?
All right, busy as I have been for a minute, but yeah, good to be here. And like I said, always love to be on the half, and always like to do this show with you, sir. So, highlight of my Friday morning, and I know I don't tell Terry because I know he'll get upset. Two other
Well,
guys is awesome, but I mean the half is kind of our fun time, so
that's right. That's right.
can't help with that.
We do have a blast here. And
Yeah,
Justin, good morning, halfers. I like it.
at first, okay, we'll see about that one if it
We'll see
sticks.
if that one sticks or not. Gusta, hello. Martha, thanks for tuning
Hello,
in.
Martha. Hi,
Frank, good
Frank.
afternoon to you.
Yep, out in the UK. Thank you.
Lori, hello. Great. Thank you guys so much for.
More people coming in.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys tuning in, checking in. Yeah, so 30-minute Q&A for those of you
Yes.
that might be
Yes.
new to the half, but we just talk about whatever kind of comes up, right? Whatever you guys have questions
This is
for
true.
us, whatever tickles our fancy.
Yeah, no, I mean we've got a lot going on right now. This is a busy, kind of crazy time, and we had an interesting show just now on Two Other Guys. If you didn't get to catch it, where we talked about trade shows, and I actually, apropos of nothing, was going to talk about trade shows on the Take Up this afternoon. And to be really honest with you, I forgot we were talking about it this morning on the Two Other Guys when I set that up.
I just thought maybe you're like, oh, that's a good topic. I can just go.
No,
from there.
totally forgot. I'm going to say by my extreme professionalism, I forgot what the topic was this week and had it switched with next week's in my head. So yeah, we're talking a lot about trade shows today. We might
There
talk
you go.
about that
Well,
some,
it's just came off of the what sounds like a successful event in Irving, Texas at the Graphics Pro Expo. So no reason not to talk about it. I think everybody's talking about it. Marshall's got his blog and all sorts of stuff. So Christine, hello. Thanks for tuning in again.
Yes,
Appreciate you spending some time with us on Friday. All right, Ramona. Good morning to you. She said, I do have a question, or rather a suggestion. Eric, you should include an events list on your website.
I will be working more on the website hopefully this weekend. I'm going to admit to you guys, I have been bogged down to the point where just getting all the stuff done for the events is about what I can fit my bandwidth.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of stuff going on with Brilliance. We're doing some really cool stuff that I really can't wait till we release. It's driving me nuts not to talk about the stuff we're doing.
Well, it's just you and I, Eric.
You know,
it's just good friends here. Nobody else will watch around. Brian won't mind if you just give it away, right?
What I will say is watch the space, because there's some stuff that's going to be very useful for people, and especially you guys who are wanting to tune into the kind of classes I've been doing. You'll want to see what we're doing here too. Nice. Let's put it that way. But suffice it to say, we've been doing a lot of work on our assets that are going to be cool, and also really cool stuff I got to teach this week. I got to teach over at our success group. I haven't actually done, besides the fact that you would think that I've already been in our success group teaching. I didn't get to do that until this last week, and got to talk a lot about Amazon, which is another one of the jobs that I do, is managing an Amazon channel. And that was really cool to talk about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will say, I will work more on the website. The class list, I should have a tour dates like Terry. Now that there are tour dates again, I'll take it a little more seriously. Yeah, I'll start putting that up.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest. The patch class kind of came together real quickly, and I basically held your feet to the fire and just threw it out there and said, "We're doing this, Eric."
I will say, if you've done patch classes with me before, some of this material will be some of the stuff I've talked about. There'll be some new updated material as well. But the thing that I finally got to do with this class is I've had several kind of patch sessions I've taught separately as small seminars. I'm getting to bring them all together so that we're getting a more holistic view of patches and the market around them. And I think that's going to be useful for people. Even if you've seen some of that stuff before, I think that putting it all together, having the live Q&A should be really useful. And then tomorrow, we're just doing a real quick why patches webinar, like 30 minutes plus a VIP Q&A session afterwards, that will just be about why you even want to get into the small run patch market. And I'm excited to kind of do that. It's a new model. Aaron's introducing to me this new kind of schedule and model of doing kind of this run up to the classes. And we get to kind of test that out together, which is fun stuff. So
yeah,
I'm excited to see everybody. Yeah.
Yep, definitely. Lots of people signed up already. So Kingsbury Craft, hello to you as well.
Hello.
So yeah, really good. Appreciate you sharing that, Ramona. And get that
All right.
information.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I'll get the patch classes and everything up. I will definitely get that stuff up on my website. Decorators.education, though, is where you can find my existing classes as well as the patch class. So good place to be.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't even have a banner on here for that. That's on me. All right. Well,
I do.
Good to know.
Don't worry. We've got banners. If you want to check out the Decorators Education stuff, and especially if you want to get to the patch classes, number one, tomorrow's session, bit.ly/ypatches. That'll be signing up for the free session with the potential if you want to do the VIP question and answer. It's on there as well. Cheap way to get my attention. And then the other one here, go to this main site, bit.ly/deco class. Will get you all of the Decorators Education stuff. That's the recording you can get for the demystifying next level digitizing, and the signups for everything else on the patch class are there. So get a look at that stuff, and you'll also see the other great stuff from Decorators Education that's already been out there. So
nice.
It's a place to find our kind of clearinghouse.
There you go. Todd, appreciate you being here, tuning in,
Thank
sir.
You, Todd.
And Jeff is right there with us. We're just going to keep it a secret, Eric. It's okay. It's just amongst friends. You can tell us. No, are we there yet? No.
No. So hey,
it's like here. Just have one more drink, Eric. It'll be fun.
I'm gonna say one more. Hey, that's not funny with this trade shows coming back up.
With me in the room, yeah, it's not.
Yeah, you and Terry are never great for my liver. I'm not gonna lie. I don't drink much at home, but I occasionally tie one on when we're at the trade shows. I don't get sloppy, but I do get happy, and that's not always the best.
We have a good time for sure.
We have a good time sometimes at the after show times.
Yeah. So Martha says she really enjoyed the Amazon class that you did inside our success group on Wednesday night. It was fantastic. The feedback has been great. And actually, right after this, I'm jumping into a mastermind group, and that is one of the sections we'll be talking about is training on Wednesday night. So looking forward to talking more about it. Michelle, thanks for being here. Now, Gusta, another tongue-in-cheek question, I believe, but
man,
I love the humor coming out of Gusta today. He also sends me pictures on Messenger from time to time that I need to share. Maybe
I've got a joke from him that I would need to put into the dad joke queue myself.
Yeah, exactly.
He says, Eric, do you have a whole class or do you just patch one together? Yeah. Oh man, I need the rim shot for that. But yes, the patch class does have some elements from stuff that I've done before, but updated. So it should be interesting. And I think Todd also said this. Even if you aren't doing embroidery, I'm sure you should watch Blastcast and learn. What I'm going to say is it's embroidery heavy. I'm going to talk digitizing. So I will go, rather than have someone upset at me for showing up and then suddenly I'm talking about measurements in millimeters and points, I'm going to talk some digitizing. Yes, there's plenty to learn about it. And honestly, there is a big section of the class that's just about what kind of patches are out there in the market, what they're good for, referencing those and selling. But yeah, there's definitely embroidery. There's definitely digitizing in this one. So there's a big technical section. If you are not interested in that and all, you may have a section of it that is not as germane to you. I just like to tell people that ahead of time because I do get into the weeds.
But we're going to just go with what Todd said.
No, I know. I'm not trying to sink my own sales here. What I'll say is there's a big chunk that's all about marketing and patches, but expect you're going to hear a little bit about how patches are put together.
Correct. So Jeff says +1 beer, leveled up. There you go.
It's a little early. I will say I am already +3 on caffeine today, so I'm sure I'll be jittery by the time the takeout hits.
Well, I just had the one coffee with 2 regular guys, and now I've got a mug of tea here for the rest of the day. All right, so we talked about Gusta and the joke that he sent over. I'm going to share this with the rest of the halfers, as Justin said.
Yes.
We'll see if that sticks. I
don't know about halfers, man. Yes.
A moment of tension in the Vatican. If the bishop moves forward, the queen can take him.
I like that one. That's a good one.
That is a good one. Thank you for sharing that, Gusta.
Bringing you the most topical chess jokes. The half. Anyway.
That's going to be in our tagline. All right. Good morning, Lisa. Thanks for being here.
Glad to see Lisa. By the way, check out Lisa's stuff. She's been doing great lunchtime learnings for Embrilliance, as well as her own, sub-level stuff, which is awesome. After hours with Lisa is always good.
Yeah.
And for people who are like, home, craft, whatever, embroidery is embroidery, and you always learn something great. So go check out Lisa's stuff. And hey, home people, come check out my stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on.
So Lisa, is it lunch and learn? Does that lunch come with a cocktail? Because I'm imagining After Hours come with a cocktail, right?
After Hours has a cocktail in the logo. So yeah, Lisa, if you want to share that, she has a cocktail in the logo. And I will say I wholly would say that that's a great idea, and I support it. 50%ers.
50%ers. Hey.
Oh no. I'm trying to not think about like my bad old days making motorcycle patches and finding out what that stuff meant. By the way, percenters of certain kinds are not exactly what you want to put in there.
All right. Well,
anyway,
patches are relevant then. That's good.
Patches are relevant. Patches are always relevant. But yeah, I will say I've made some patches for some people that may or may not have had questionable practices that I didn't know about at the time.
These things happen.
We will leave it at that.
Money's still green.
Yeah. Money's still green, and sometimes you don't know these things until later, and you decide who you're going to work for later. But there's a lot of patches for a lot of different kinds of people, all walks of life, all sorts of jobs, all kinds of clubs. So
all sorts of opportunities there. All right, so
nice.
Lisa says thanks for a shout out. And at the Applique Getaway, we were doing After Hours live, and yes, it does come with a beer, wine, or non-alcoholic beverage. Oh my. I'm actually going to be at the Applique Getaway now. I don't think that this is something I can miss. Hopefully I will actually be around for that. So I'll figure out how to
What's killing me right now is I think, and by the way, I work with Lisa. We talk all the time on a daily basis. I think Aaron's about to meet Lisa before I do. That is the world of remote work, people.
There you go. So I think I can somehow weasel my way into that deal. I don't know how, but I'll figure out. Let's crash it.
I'll teach you 10 words of embroidery so you can get through the door. You'll be right. Just walk in and be like, density, 40 weight thread, ballpoint needle.
I'll just tell him I'm with Erich Campbell and
no, tell him you're with Lisa lead Shaw. Don't bother with me. Lisa's the queen.
I'm just going to say I'm with Lisa Shaw.
Exactly.
There we go. So Lisa says everybody loves patches.
They're actually very much beloved. Yes.
Not only I'll bring out all of the big guns as far as people who can get me into this thing. So I'll say, well, I'm with Lisa, and Christine said I could be there. So
there you go. There you are.
He says, I think I know somebody. So
I think you can make it. Christine might be able to get you in there.
This is awesome.
Look
I'm
at
super excited.
I'm with Jeff. You know what this means is that now you have to become an embroiderer.
What does that mean exactly, though? Like, what is it? What do I have to do to get in the club? What's the initiation to be an embroiderer?
Well, you got to embroider something for
one.
Okay. I mean, crying out loud, you got to push the button on the machine.
Does that mean that you have a machine? That you have to have a machine, or can I just embroider on somebody else's machine?
Hey, I can put you to work. We'll put you in front of a machine. I'll let you operate a machine.
I mean, if it's pushing a button, I can do that.
I mean, you do have to pay attention. That's the hard part. You can't squirrel real bad if you're paying attention. All right. Now, I know some of you embroiders are walking away from your machines, but not.
Yeah, exactly. So Lisa says maybe someone will let him hoop and push the button. All right, perfect.
I will pay you money to get pictures of Aaron hooping and pushing the button. So
can I get hurt doing this?
If you put your hand under the needles, absolutely. Well, I've got X-rays from people's hands. I did an entire post about getting your own thread tattoo because people do in the industry. There's one of you right now is carrying a piece of needle around in your finger. Go ahead and tell me which one, because I know somebody is.
Yeah, exactly. So, in fact, I believe Christine's writing a book on all the ways that you could. It's a horror novel about all the ways you could potentially kill yourself as a decorator. So,
I love everybody's joke answers on this. Justin, not funny, dude. It's as simple as clicking the mouse to digitize and pushing the button to embroider.
See, if
there was a tongue-in-cheek answer ever on this show, that is it right there. Justin, who was on Two Other Guys last week, if you guys didn't see it, Justin and Jeff were both on it. It was awesome. But yeah, no, we've spent a lot of years learning how to push that mouse button. Didn't we, buddy?
Well, I think the second step, though, if I'm going to be a digitizer, is that then I have to spam everybody, right?
Oh man, shots fired over here. I'm feeling hurt. I will make no disparaging comments about digitizers who do that, aside from hey guys, that sales tactic doesn't work. And I'm with Jeff here. Blood in, blood out, guys. Embroider something. If you want to go elite level, you got to put a needle through your finger. And Justin says, "Yep, needle through the finger here." And what's surprising about me is I have never done it. I've had presser feet hit me in the fingernail and yanked my hand back more than once. but I haven't done the needle through the finger yet.
All right. Well, this is going to be tough for me.
Zero.
I have an unusually high level of fear when it comes to needles. Like, I pass out every time I have to get a shot, or so.
You know, if you are smarter, be smarter than the old school operators, and don't put your hand in the sewing field while it's running. I have done this up until this last week, but yes, absolutely do not put your hands. Okay. Do we do it? Yes. A bunch of us do it. Don't watch us. We're stupid. Don't put your hands in the sewing field while it's running.
Lisa's suggestion here.
Yes.
Chopsticks for the win. So there we go.
Hey, that's one of Jeff's too. And I'm not a chopstick guy, but I have held down pieces of applique with random stuff. Usually I'll use a little bit of spray tack, but hey, come on. And not the stuff that you use for your screen printing palettes before somebody does it. Don't gum up your machine. Embroidery, spray adhesive only. It's very light.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah. All right. So Christine says, I know there will be a machine at Applique Getaway so we can get Aaron a chance to embroider. All right.
He's got my file. He's got my file for OSG.
That's true.
Take that file with him and make a little shirt.
All right.
Make a shirt with everything.
And then Todd is a little concerned that in the upcoming training here, in the VIP training tomorrow, that how to spam won't be in the training?
The VIP part of the training is for you to ask questions. If someone asks me how to spam, I'll give my honest answer about what I think about that. I will tell you what I think about digitizer spamming if you want to know.
Didn't you guys work on cars as a kid?
I did, for sure.
That's a crazy part. I didn't really. My dad was not a big car guy either, and so
that was a mechanic.
I've changed oil, and I know your dad was a mechanic. So, but that wasn't really our thing. So, I've always gone to the Jiffy Lube or whatever, So.
Wow, I'm going to say this. Jeff is absolutely the massive VIP here. I can confirm if you sew a hat to your finger, every hit button at the emergency room will come and see and laugh. You are in the elite level for sure, my friend. Wow. You get like the whatever the embroidery version of the Purple Heart is. Jeff gets one because that's a nasty occurrence. Like I said, I haven't done it. And like Sandy says, also, I haven't gotten a needle through my finger with my embroidery machine, but sewing a Kristen gown on my regular machine. I will say that actually frightens me more. Working on the industrial sewing machines, sometimes I find that to be a little scarier because you have to run your hands under them to work. I mean, to run on those make me crazy.
Oof. And Virginia, man, I'm not getting. I may have to rethink going to the Applique Getaway here. This is scaring the hell out of me.
It shouldn't be. I thought I would be faster than my embroidery machine. Tried to move a thread, needle came down, and broke in my pinky and broke the finger.
Oh, yes. Virginia, yikes!
Every time somebody tells me that their machine won't sew something, I'm like, I'm pretty sure it will. Especially commercial, industrial embroidery machines. I've sewn boot leather on them. They will stitch through just about everything, including you. So yeah, don't put your hand in the sewing field while it's
I won't try to be funny and do anything silly. So I will
not even for a joke because
safety first for me, especially when it comes to needles.
A lot of the modern machines have laser brake systems now, but the thing is, not all do. And honestly, I don't ever want one because I find more of the time that I'm going to accidentally trigger the darn thing and stop the whole machine for no good reason by accidentally, waving something into the brake system. But there are systems now to stop you from doing it. The machines I started on, they didn't even have thread brake sensors, let alone safety sensors. That wasn't happening.
Well, I feel very very good now. I feel protected. Martha says that she will protect me. I appreciate that. Christine says we will protect you. Don't worry. I've run an embroidery machine and survived. If I can do it, anyone can. So, all right, I'm feeling better. I'm there. We're going to do this.
Well, yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and say for Jeff to defend Jeff here. No, Cindy, absolutely glad that she's happy you're going to be doing something. But Jeff says, remember, for the thousands of items I've embroidered, I've only caught my finger once. And I'll be like, yep, that is absolutely the case. It's not usually a thing you do. It's very rare that you would do it. And over the course of a career, is it likely to stab yourself on needle in some fashion? Yeah. I'll say the worst thing I've probably done is have a loose needle go into my foot because I was in a place that had a carpeted area around embroidery machine. I don't love that because if you lose one in the carpet and you get one through your soft sole shoe or something, that's less fun.
Sure,
it's more likely to do that than to put your hand in the machine.
I've actually done that in a changing room at a department store.
Yeah, no.
Back when we used to actually go into department stores, and there was like a mall. I don't know if you guys remember those.
Yeah, but back in the day when you shopped in person.
I'm old enough to have hung out at malls. That was the thing.
I didn't really do a lot of mall hangouts, but
I was Mr. Mall Hangout. I'd drive from Prescott, Arizona down to Phoenix, Arizona to go hang out at the Metro Center Mall. where Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was filmed. So.
San Dimas.
Well,
these
just happened to be at the mall in Phoenix, Arizona, though. So.
I know. I just had to show off that I'm a dork and knew where the hell
I know.
Bill and Ted was happening.
All right. So Justin says, I perfected the reach around the safety sensor. Oh, boy.
I will give you free non-legal advice. Don't tell anybody to do
that. Jeff says the needle doesn't know it's skin and bone. Absolutely.
You're correct, Frank.
Jeff says definitely don't do it when you start. You're a lot more cautious when your hands go where your hands go in the beginning. Yeah. So
yeah.
Yep. Martha says I took one to the foot when I lived in a dorm, carpeted floors.
Yeah, carpeted floor with a needle in it is one of my least favorite things because I've done that one more than once. But and also, admittedly, if you've ever had to be dealing with a needle break in a hat and then you go to try and find the tip of the needle and you find it by jabbing it into yourself because it's stuck in the seam of the hat, that's never fun. But none of it's as bad as getting the needle driven through you. Luckily, I have not done that. What I will say is those pressure feet come down hard enough that I had one crack my fingernail from the force when I hit it, and I managed to pull my hand out and it cracked the nail. So it is. Oh God, Lisa's right though. Heat press to your knuckles. Your hands hitting the top platen on the heat press.
I don't have any. Apparently I've not been doing a whole lot lately because the hair's grown back. But there's when I'm pressing more, pretty much the backs of my hands don't have any hair on them. Actually, it's kind of nice. Actually, it looks a little better.
Hair removal via heat press. I mean, also all of us who are doing 3D foam, you know who you are, either the heat gun or the lighter. That's another one to be real careful with.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you've burned a hat. I burned a hat. Oh, and sorry, I have cats. So
okay.
There's the under injury report.
Did you burn your arm? What happened?
No, I have a very gentle cat who is huge and got very scared while I was helping him out off of something the other day. And when he flipped over, I am covered in wounds. He really went for it.
Wow.
Poor guy. He's giant and thinks he's a tiny kitten.
Yeah.
And wrecked me. That's Hamlet. You guys might have saw it early on in the pandemic. We had we did the two other guys cocktail hours, decorated community cocktail hours, and I had a brand new little orange kitten. He is now gigantic and destroyed me the other day. So yeah. Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
Big guy.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I'm glad that you're okay. Let's see here. So let's get Cindy's comment here real quick first. Sure. Hey, I have enjoyed finding out about Frank's group. Thank you all for hooking up with so many groups. Good. Yeah.
One of the best things about all these shows, the people who you're seeing who are engaging in these comments are often out there. I mean, Jeff and Justin have the Embroidery Nerd group. If you go check out Lisa Shaw's After Hours and her business, it's So Bubbles. I mean, there are so many people in these groups who are part of the communities out here who are giving back and working on education. So yeah, get to know the people in the comments.
There you go.
Me, worthwhile.
Yes, and this makes me very queasy, Jeff, by the way. The half just turned into the needle puncture show. Yes, it does. Like I said, I've got this unusual fear of needles, so just thinking about it does make me queasy.
The fact that I've run as many embroidery machines as I have and never done it means you don't have to.
There you go. All right. Well, but like I said, I've got Christine, I got Martha, I got all of these wonderful people that'll keep me safe. Lisa, the whole crew. So I'm really looking forward to Applique Getaway.
Your natural aversion to the needles will keep you from putting your hand into that thing while it's moving anyway. You'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. So Lisa says, which is why I'm a bit nervous on the whole laser thing, Jeff.
That's more about exhaust, guys. Make sure you're piping that out of your basement rooms when you're doing lasers.
There you go. If I have any fingernails, I have not been working.
Yeah, right.
Awesome. And there are safety sensors, Jeff.
There are. And honestly, safety precautions. Just be careful what you're doing. Don't hold down applique with your finger on your machine, especially when you're running 1,200 stitches a minute. Don't do that. Be careful. Don't do that, guys. Use the materials we have out there, or at the very least, follow Jeff and Lisa and use a chopstick.
There you go. All right. Well, guys, let's talk about this, Eric. Let's
sure.
Well, hold on a second. We got another comment. The embroidery machine, is it the machine most likely to kill you? Oh God, we're gonna keep going, Todd.
The machine most likely to hurt you in any shop is the vending machine. Don't try and tip those things over; they kill people.
Or eat all of the crap out of them, and that'll kill you too.
That'll do you for sure. I've been halfway there many times myself. No, yeah. Honestly, embroidery machines are perfectly safe, just like any other machines. I'm with Lisa. I've burned myself in the heat press more than I hurt myself in the embroidery machine.
So, if you ever seen those big drum heat presses?
The big calendaring ones.
The big calendar
rotary.
presses. Yeah. So, I have seen somebody get their hand stuck in that.
Pinch points. Yeah, actually, I'll tell you the other machine that I've seen.
But while it's 400 degrees, it's not only a pinch point, it's also.
Geez, but it just made me think of the only other time I've seen people really hurt themselves pretty grievously, t-shirt folding machines.
Ooh.
There are pinch points on the rollers in places where the table rocks back and forth that you do not want your hand.
Yeah,
that's
Christine,
another.
You've got a good book here. I think
she's got a book.
Still a good one.
But here's the truth. What I'm also going to say is it is few and far between. Yes. And honestly, the worst embroidery incident I've ever seen actually had to do with somebody coming back from lunch who should not perhaps have been operating heavy machinery.
Gotcha.
So yeah. Be clear and clear-headed when you work on machinery. That's what I'll say.
Todd says the heat press can burn me, but can also warm up my food too. I think this is I would like to comment on that real quick though.
Yeah,
I did a training one time when I was with Coastal Business Supplies, talking about all the different uses for a heat press. You know, the different products and stuff like that. The very first thing we did was I pressed a ham and cheese sandwich.
Yeah, I wouldn't definitely recommend that.
Well, it was clean. I had wax paper on both sides. It was all good. But here's what a lot of people might not realize. Like a company like Hicks, for example, their heat presses, they actually have another division of their company that's as big, if not bigger, where they make panini presses, basically the same kind of thing. They've got the ovens for like pizza ovens. Sure. Dough Express is what their other company name's called. So, they're.
Oh man,
I can't tell you how many screen printers I know will take their pizza and just run it through the tunnel dryer.
Yeah, I mean, no comment on whatever potential chemicals you're using in that dryer aside from your pizza, but hey, it's up to you.
Hey.
I will say there are no food uses for the embroidery machine that I've come up with yet. I have not been stitching any tortillas together or anything, so I guess that's you guys.
All right, well,
that's on you.
Let's get creative there. What can we come up with? A few food use for?
Please don't. If I see somebody, like if someone right now goes and throws they've got their $16,000 single head machine and throws a piece of pizza under that needle, I'll tut at you a little bit. I don't think I like that.
Nice. All right. Anyway. Well, what else should we talk about here, Eric?
I know we ate up the whole show just being funny and talking about burning yourself. But and this is true. Sublimation in your home oven, says Todd. I don't know that I would, but you can.
Really? I do all the time.
Do you really? In your food oven? Okay. Yeah. I didn't know about that.
This mug was made in my oven.
Okay.
The mug that you're going to receive in a couple of next week sometime will be made in my home oven. So
I did not know that. I knew you could because I know
people tell me that it's a terrible idea. Blah blah blah. It's water-based pigments. It's completely safe. So
Jeff says, I'm eyeing my heat press. I could go for a grilled cheese. What I will say is also, if you get a poor heat press, hey, get a better one, and the backup one can be your sandwich press.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, you don't have to like slam it down and get the cheese everywhere. You just give it a little warm up.
I'm not going to say I've never warmed something up in the improper device. I absolutely have. So no, I can't say that. Though I will tell you this about tunnel dryers, gas tunnel dryers. All you people who think you're going to throw your 3D stitched hats, your 3D foam hats through that sucker, they're a little too tall and will burn. Be careful. Depending on the clearance on that, you may have a flaming hat come out the other end. So yeah, tunnel dryer does not beat heat gun. Seems like it's an easy way to do it. So far, I haven't seen it done too successfully all the time, or at least without losses.
Grilled cheese pressure setting is 1. I would actually go with a 0, Justin. Just
you don't want the cheese all squishing out the side.
More of a hover than a pressure setting. All right.
Oh my gosh. All right. I'm glad we got to have fun today, guys. I mean, I know we usually have question and answer and stuff like that, but you know what? Sometimes we all just have to get together, which is part of also why we're talking about trade shows. We're ready to get together and have some fun and just be with each other.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what, Eric? Today we're gonna close it out. I know we have actually had some really good closeouts, and we've also had some planned closeouts. And but let's just close it today. It's been great, Eric. Like you said, it was a blast. Had a lot of fun, and we'll do some Q&A next week. Then, how about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Come to us with all of your topics, and you know what? Until next week.